Hello, welcome back. It's Saturday afternoon, not Sunday. I know, it's one of those days where eldest is in bed still. Tried to wake him up, but he won't move. Wife's gone out with our youngest, so I'm kind of just left to myself. So when I'm just left to myself, I tend to wander into here and look at beer. Or start to drink it. So I thought I'd try this. This is one of a pair of beers sent to me by the wonderful Mr. Steve Young. He also sent me this, which is the gorgeous Washington Porter. Porter brewed with lager yeast at lager temperatures. But this one is the one I'm going to have today. It's a bit naughty. First beer of the day. It's a 7.1% Stratasphere double IPA. So this is his IPA brewed with strata hops. So he kind of even puts the recipe on the back from it. So I'll go through that with you. Pale malt, 68%. Wheat malt, 27%. And torrefied wheat, 5%. Right. Pale malt, yeah, I get that's your base malt is your pale malt is gone with. Wheat malt I'm guessing for a bit of haze and help with body, etc. And torrefied wheat for head retention and once again mouthfeel maybe. Hops, Amarillo 50 grams at 10 minutes and Simcoe 50 grams at 10 minutes. Simcoe and Amarillo, interesting. And then the dry hops, Strata, 200 grams after 3 days. 200 grams! Okay. IBU is 43. Colour is 8. And the yeast is Cross Maloof number 5, which is, I guess, their version of USO 5. So very clean yeast. Amarillo and Simcoe. Now, I haven't had Amarillo and Simcoe for years. I really did like them. So there isn't much of that. They're at 10 minutes. So you're getting your bitterness and you're getting some flavour there. Flavour and aroma. I've got an old chart up there. You can probably see it just signed up at the back there. It's the old chart. I think Harry Brew had it in his brew shed years ago. And I found it and downloaded it myself. So it has your aroma, flavour and bitterness, timings and the little graph thing. God, that's gone out the window, hasn't it, over these past few years. Yeah, Strata. So I've not had Strata ever, so I'm really intrigued to see what happened. So it was cold crash so it was Strata 200 grams for 3 days, and then cold crash for 2 days. This was pressure fermented and finished in 5 days. Pressure fermentation as well. So thank you, Mr. Steve Young. I am really excited to try this 7.3% beer at sort of a Saturday afternoon. I'm going to be in so much trouble when the missus gets home, no doubt. So let's get it cracked. Nice little hiss. And yeah, no real gun spot for me there. Stayed in nicely, but it was a little hiss, so I'm expecting good carbonation there. These will be off the keg. And let's have a look. A little bit rough with my paw. But yeah. I'll get the steady-ish head there, yeah. Hold it. Still some in the bottle, but look at that. Look at the colour. Ooh, juicy, juicy, juicy. Nice. No one tooping his head. Yeah. No, I don't have to worry about that. Lovely creamy head though. Look at that. Just what you want. Oh, speaking of which, getting there. A waft in there of citrusy notes. Oh yes. Don't get apricot a bit. There's something juicy, sort of almost mango-y. Yeah, maybe passion fruit a bit. Anyway, it smells absolutely lovely, and it smells thick, if you know what I mean. Not feels like it's gonna have a big body to it. It feels it's gonna be like fresh orange juice, fruit juice kind of mouthfeel to it already. That's just from the aroma. So yeah, I'm guessing there's some mango in there. Oh. What's he say? 7.3%. Yeah. Now, I wouldn't say a hot burn, and I wouldn't say astringency. Not so much heat either, but you can tell there's alcohol in there. There's almost it's a mixture of the bitterness and the alcohol. The perfectly, the combination that works to get that little bit of oof, the back end, a little bit of bite. As it says, it's a double IPA. Doesn't say an IPA. And IBU's a 43, so it's a little higher bitterness than you would get in an IPA, but necessary when you're doing like 7.3%. Let me go and have a look on the old tablet for Strata, because I've not really done anything with Strata hops before, so I shall go and find out a bit about Strata hops while I'm on here. I don't think they'll be in my book on hops, as I think it's quite a new. Right, this may take a while. Oh, Strata, I didn't put Strata hops, did I? I had to put Hops Shore Road, and profile, Strata hops profile. Right, bittering with Strata brings a nice balanced bitterness, flavour and aroma additions bring out the fruity side with tropical fruit and fresh berry brightness. Brewers say that dry hopping deepens the grapefruit and dank herbal cannabis element. Yes, the dank. Bring in the dank. Mr. Callowby turning in his bed. Have you heard me say that? A bit of dank. He likes a bit of dank. Yeah, so maybe that's what I'm getting a bit of. Are we getting any herbals? I suppose if you mention it to me, then I'm starting to think about it more. Tell you what, don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying it. It's getting lovely. 7.3% though. It's a bit of it. You don't want to rush it. So, it's a long time since I've had a big juicy banger like this. Quite a long time. Whilem, possibly. Don't know when the last time I bought. I don't think I haven't been buying big beers like this for a while. I mean, I had the ones the little did with their sort of beer festival ones. There was a few in there. It was like a NEPA type style and a couple of hazy ones in there. I suppose that was about it, but I don't think they were that strong. Certainly not up the 7.3% mark. So it's been a while since I've had something like this. So it's like wow, I'd forgotten. There is a lot of hops in there. You can tell there's a lot of hops in there. You've got that hop. It's not a hop burn really. It's not even grassiness. It's just it does dry quickly. I'm not drying in an astringent manner either. So don't get me wrong about that. Oxidised? I don't think so. I suppose that there probably is a tiny bit of oxidation. I mean, it's difficult to avoid oxidation when dry hopping, but it's pressure fermented, so I suppose how would you get your dry hops in for pressure fermenting? I don't know. I'll have to look up on that more. I really haven't done pressure fermenting because I don't have the ability to pressure ferment, or I haven't even really looked into pressure transfer yet, and I've got the ability to do that now. I really should. So I'm just going to put this down for a bit because I don't want to be just necking it. And it is a nice beer. It's a really nice beer. As I said, it's got like a West Coast almost bitterness to it. So it's a bit more old school, but with the juiciness and a bit of dank. We should like a bit of dank. I'll have to get some Strata then. How can I describe? It's sort of like taking the juicy haziness of a New England IPA and hitting it with the West Coast IPA to create a Midwestern IPA. Anyway, I'm going to get another glass and have a more reasonably ABV'd beer for a Saturday afternoon. And I'll come back to that and let that warm up a bit, I think, as well. So let's have a chat. So this week, if you see my Homebrew Wednesday, you'll know I brewed again on Tuesday. If not, fair enough, I brewed again on Tuesday. It was the spring beer again. I did exactly the same, everything, apart from I swapped the yeast over. Instead of using the SO4 as I used the first time, I've gone with the verdant yeast. And I brewed it on Tuesday, and I did the Homebrew Wednesday evening, and it had kicked off and was starting to go, and it's been going steadily away since then. I went to dump some trub, and that was odd. The SO4 trub, when you dump that, it's practically just solid, massive yeast really that comes out of there. Whereas with the verdant, it's still very watery. It's very thin, watery. This is the Spring Beer 2021. It's slightly diacetyled. That I've half fixed, but I will try it. Actually, I think that diacetyl's pretty much gone now. No, there's a little touch at the end there. Wow. Difference between drinking the hop difference is. I mean, this has got slight citrus fruity notes. That's just like, whack, have some hops. Right, so what else has happened this week? Well, yes, I got the 2 beers off Mr. Steve Young. That was fantastic. They came out with the blue yesterday. There was just, I had the postman at the door. Went and there was a parcel. Yeah, they're the best. They're the best beer mails, aren't they? The ones that just pop out of nowhere, just surprise you. Fantastic. So thank you again, Mr. Young, Mr. Steve Young. And what else? Oh yes, I entered one of Timmy Jenkins' hop raffles. I've entered a couple of times, and I just saw it. I just saw it last night, and I saw what the hops were. And I thought, oh, I'll have to have another go. I hadn't won before, so do I risk it? I'll go for it. Yeah, it's only £8. So I took my £8 and I won! Hey! Actually, in fairness, he did 2 raffles yesterday, and me being me, I saw he put this was number 242, I think it's, wow, 242 raffles he's done so far. So I saw number 242, and I was pretty much one of the first in, got my number 4, my birthday, and saw it a bit later that he'd posted the video, and I saw it and I'm like, oh, alright, I didn't win. Oh, fair enough. And then this morning when I woke up, I saw he'd posted again another one, and I'm like, oh, whoa, hold on a sec, let me just check, because is that not the one so I looked back at the one I saw, and was number 241 that he did early last night. So I was in number 242, which he did later, and I didn't see it till this morning, and then realised I'd won. It was very nice. So I'll get the 1.5 kilos of hops, which is fantastic. Mosaic, Vic Secret, and Citra. Oh, 3 of my favourites. All it needs is Nelson Savan, and I'm set for the year, really, for me. I'll be happy with that. That'll keep me going all year. And also 2 yeast. I think it's got the verdant yeast, I think, and what's the other one? Is it Patriot or something? Something like that. Anyway, yeah. So Mr. Timmy Jenkins, you're a legend. So I won that. So that's a bonus, because I was getting to the point where I'm thinking I need some hops. I really do. And I saw that, and it was just like, well, Citra I would have been buying. Mosaic I'd have been buying. Big Secret, I haven't had that for a while, but yeah, I do like it. As I say, if I'd been able to choose it myself, I think I would have had Nelson Savan, but I'll take Vic Secret any day. Yeah, so we have to think about what to brew now. But I've got the verdant yeast going there, so I'll see what that tastes like with the spring beer. Because I've been watching quite a few videos of the last couple of days. I've really been... I mean, to the point where, if you saw the Homebrew Wednesday, you'd probably know I'd seen Peter Hodges' Watford Brewery's very first video again. What have I watched today? I did watch some Gasslug. I'd never really watched Gasslug before, and came across Homebrew Network, which is what he is now. Watched a couple of videos of that, and I was like, wow, this is good stuff. And then realised who he was. I was like, oh yeah, that'll be why it's really interesting and knows what he's talking about. So I watched a few of them. I like the way he does when he does his videos. He even has a clock on the top. So like his start time of when he does things, and you know, when he's doing your grain to glass, a little clock telling you the hour of what point. Also, like mash started at 12, 12:15. Took the pH reading to check and things like that. It's just like I like that. Little extra details so that you get to learn things a bit more and things like that. Very good. If you haven't got onto Homebrew Networks and like me, why get on it? Beer Lover 22. Beer Lover. Yeah, is it Beer Lover TV? Beer Lover TV. That's it. Beer Lover TV. I hadn't seen him in ages and ages. He hasn't posted for a couple of years. I mentioned somewhere. I think Rusty mentioned it to me that he was back, and I hadn't thought anything more of it. Not gone on to watch it, and then I was watching Big Banana this morning, and he was in the middle of watching it, and I went, oh yeah, gotta go check Beer Lover out, see what he's doing again, and that was interesting to see. He's back and brewing. Not all grain at the minute, just doing kits, but it's good to see, because he's another one who's very detailed, goes into the minutiae of stuff, really does, and it's very good. So if you have not already subscribed to him, go and have a look. And if you haven't, then go back and look at a few of his stuff, because yeah, you might enjoy them. He even started doing things like beer snacks and that one. It kind of got a bit odd when he started to review like carpet cleaners and microwaves and things, and it was just like, oh, okay, I'll step away for a while then. But yeah, what else? Oh yeah, I need to think of something to brew. So this is what got me going. Do you know, I even watched a David Heath video. Oh my god. I say I watched. I was looking for an IPA recipe, because that's it now. I want an IPA. I want to do an IPA. I haven't done one for a couple of years now. 2-3 years maybe. So I want to have a bang at an IPA again. Be easy just to copy a Timmy recipe, I know, and that's a possibility, but I don't really want to go down that route. Yes, I do want to do... I might do half and half pale malt, lager malt, touch of wheat malt. I believe white wheat's everyone's big thing at the minute. Putting white wheat in. Obviously some maltodextrin. I've got some maltodextrin. Don't really want to go with oats. I want to avoid oats. Although you want that mouthfeel, don't you? Which I suppose the maltodextrin will do a bit of. Anyway, so yeah, I used the verdant yeast. And now I've got some Citra Mosaic coming and Big Secret. I've also got a load of Galaxy still. I've still got the Idaho 7 and the Sabro, so I've got plenty to go with. So yeah, I was looking at videos for that, and I came across David Heath's video from, in fact, it's probably 2019 his videos from, and oh god, some of the stuff he... well, it's... You watch it and you realise when watching it that he comes at it from the angle of someone who doesn't brew things very often. Although he puts a recipe in and he talks about this is how this is. You know from watching it, he's talking about the issues he has aren't the issues you have brewing it. They're the issues that they talk about theoretically. Things like he doesn't even talk about oxidation and oxidising it and how it could be oxidized. He talks about hop teas and things, and you just think, fucking hell. And anyway, no, I won't go there anymore. We'll stop that. So yeah, which got me on to watching, what was it, Do's Brew, Dicky, and one he didn't enjoy doing. It's interesting to see how people's kit changes as well, because in that he was using, I don't know if you ever saw Dicky's Do's Brew's fermenters he was using these big storage buckets, storage boxes, so big rectangular flats, so you could get a few in his fermentation fridge. I think it's a great idea. But you're looking at that and how he's doing that then, like a big tub, wobbly tub thing, open it up, chucking the hops in and stuff, and then you watch people doing the videos now, himself included, where it's totally trying to avoid oxidation. Craft Beer Channel, I've rewatched again their video of when they used the verdant yeast to make their NEPA, which you sent down to James at Verdant to try, and excuse me, that's a mixture of Steve's beer and mine, I think, bit of both on that, and he's actually bubbling CO2 up through the fermenter to create a cushion to put his dry hop in. The levels that people are now having to go to do a good NEPA to avoid oxidation, compared to a couple of years ago when we was like, yeah, we just chuck it in and do this and do that. So yeah, things like that. It was just, yeah, fun. So it's interesting to see how, yeah, go back and watch early videos of people, and then go back again, jump back forward, yeah, Back to the Future, and see what they're doing now, and you see such clear progressions of people's brewing and their equipment and how their processes have changed, etc., from what they were doing to what they are doing. Yeah, I've been doing a bit of that last couple of days. Of course, I really need to change things up, because I'm getting tired of my beers. I'm getting tired of my brewing, because I'm not sending any out. I haven't sent any out for ages, and a lot of that's down to I'm not happy with it. I'm really not happy with it at all. I mean, take this. I mean, I know I've already said it's got diacetyl in it, but I mean, it's an okay beer. It's just, yeah. In fairness, it is just meant to be the spring beer, a quick, easy, sessionable thing to get me back into brewing. Compared to this, now I can come back to Steve's beer. It's had a little bit of time, a little bit of warming, and yeah, get a lot more of a. That's why I was thinking sort of mango-y bits, because I get mosaic, mango, dank sort of thing, and that's probably where I'm getting the dankiness from and the mangoiness from. Right, very ripe mango, if anything, because of the dank, maybe the cannabis oil. Cheers, my friend. I can put some more in now, can't I? Top it back up. I mean, look at that. Head stayed around nicely, which is good. Always good to see. Nice bit of head there, and the laced and staying around, and the aroma's beautiful. I mean, if there was off flavours, etc., it's easy to hide in a beer like this. Lots of hops and that, but there aren't any that I can tell. As I say, it makes a very nice beer, doesn't it? Look at it. Look at that colour. I mean, the colour, looking from here and then looking in the camera itself, that is very much what it is. Very much so. There's no, I mean, a lot of oh yeah, well the light's a bit different to this, to my camera and that. I'm not noticing that on between here and mine. I'm getting it right up there like that. Like that. What you're seeing is pretty much what I'm seeing. And yes, I know I wear glasses, but still. I mean, the carbonation's smooth, it's silky, mouth feels silky, it washes and coats, and does it finish on a dry? Yeah, it kind of dries out, finishes on a dry, then the bitterness kind of comes up through it. It hangs around that flavour though, that lovely sweetness, which is tempered then by the bitterness spreading and taking over as your mouth dries out of that flavour. But the actual flavour hangs around for quite a while in your mouth. Oh. Yeah, so you get initial taste is slight sweetness, then bitterness, then a big sweetness, and then slowly drying and tempering away, and it takes a while. So yeah, it's, what kind of juice would you say is in it, really? Doing the old wine tasting things. Yeah, definitely. This hint of mangoishness there. I don't get the right berries for Strata that it says. I'm certainly getting a bit of peach, touch of peach maybe. Altogether. Oh, and a bit of grapefruit in there as well. Maybe that's where I'm getting that. It's like the pithiness of a grapefruit at the back there. Not strong, just a hint of it. But it is more your tropical fruits first, and then on to your, it's, so like your guava, passion fruit, maybe not guava, I mean passion fruit, mango, that sort of thing, touch of pineapple. Anyway, I've been talking now for 26 minutes,